Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. The number one highway sees hundreds of motorists pass through swift current on a daily basis. And with a traffic flow at speeds of 100 kilometers per hour or more, are the numerous accidents attended to each year by emergency crews. 'Tis the season for celebration, and whether you're getting together for a formal party or a night out with friends, the RCMP and SGI are reminding you to have a designated driver. January 8th will be a big day for the Swift Current United Way as it launches its 2016 fundraising campaign. Thanks for joining us here today. Traffic safety along the number one highway through Swift Current is once again in the spotlight. We have more in today's top story. The number one highway sees hundreds of motorists pass through Swift Current on a daily basis. And with a traffic flow at speeds of 100 kilometers per hour or more, are the numerous accidents attended to each year by emergency crews, some ending on a fatal note. Most recently, that of an 84-year-old Swift Current man attempting to walk across the number one in the early evening hours when he was struck by an oncoming truck. Further raising the question of what safety measures could be implemented for this area, Southwest TV News contacted the Saskatchewan Ministry of Highways to see if this stretch of highway is on their radar.
Whenever there's a fatality on the provincial highway system, we do an internal investigation from a traffic safety perspective. So we'll look at things from a traffic operations perspective to see if there's any improvements that need to be made, and those things could include anything from reduced speed limits to determining whether some improvements, like, say, for example, guardrails or area lighting or improved signage or turning lanes or acceleration lanes, anything of that nature is warranted. In addition to, we do have quite close contact with municipal governments, especially with a city the size of Swift Current. And if a municipal government did request, we'd also do a safety audit as well. And again, look at things like the speed profile traffic through a given area. See if there's any safety concerns at intersections or things like that as well.
Wakabayashi adds that speed reduction and the construction of a pedestrian bridge are all considerations in many areas of the province where highways go through a community.
We would work with the city to determine what the effectiveness of something like that might be. Like I mentioned, it's not uncommon for structures like that for people just to continue to cross the highway at locations that they perceive it to be more convenient. Regardless of what safer options would be available. And, we would work with the city to ensure that something could be accommodated safely within the highway right away.
Studies and one-on-one discussions, which Swift Current's mayor hopes will lead to tangible changes in the near future.
In the time that I've been mayor, there's been far too many casualties on the number one highway, whether they're car accidents or pedestrians, and obviously your first thoughts go to the families and the victims and the drivers. But unfortunately for us, the last time we had a couple there in a row a number of years ago, we did have some meetings with the province, but the reality of it is it's a provincial highway. Any decisions regarding speed or fencing are entirely from the province, and I just hope everyone in our community understands that if there was opportunities to put up speed signs like we've had success with throughout the community, or even lower the speed, if it was up to council, we would have done that a long time ago, but it's not something that we can do.
In the meantime, motorists are reminded to obey the posted speed limits and be aware of their surroundings at all time, and for pedestrians to seek alternate routes in getting to their destination, rather than crossing busy highways on foot. The Saskatchewan Ministry of Highways is responsible for 26,000 kilometers of highway throughout the province and has numerous photo radar testing zones in high traffic areas, including the number one highway through Moose Jaw.
Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from David Anderson, Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Pinnacle Financial in Swift Current. Wishing the citizens of Swift Current the very best this holiday season and into the new year, from Mayor Schaefer, City Council, and staff of the City of Swift Current. Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Stuke Pharmacy and Leader. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Gus, Louie, and George at the K Steakhouse and Motel. Book your Christmas party or New Year's celebration today. Drinking and driving don't mix, and you're reminded to have a designated driver this holiday season. 'Tis the season for celebration, and whether you're getting together for a formal party or a night out with friends, the RCMP and SGI are reminding you to have a designated driver. And as stats show year over year, drinking and driving don't mix, making it a lethal combination on the roadway.
So if we look at preliminary numbers for 2014 in the province, there were 55 people killed due to impaired driving and 530 people injured. And when we look at fatal crashes in particular in the province, impaired driving is back up to being the number one contributing factor, whereas it had slipped down to distracted driving. But impaired driving is back up, and actually 43% of fatal collisions in Saskatchewan related to alcohol or drug use in 2014.
When you make the choice to get behind the wheel after having a few drinks or using drugs, you're not only putting your life at risk, but that of others. And by doing so, there's a long list of consequences, from losing your license to being responsible for someone's death.
So longer license suspensions, there are now vehicle seizures for impaired drivers as well. And if you're convicted of impaired driving, there's a mandatory ignition interlock for the high blood alcohol content drivers as well.
Numerous options are available to get home safely this holiday season, from calling a cab, taking the bus, to having a designated driver. All a wise choice in ensuring everyone has a safe and festive night out on the town. The town of Maple Creek is Southwest Saskatchewan's hub for holiday shopping and dining, all at a relaxed pace. Stores are open until 9 on Thursday nights throughout the month of December for your shopping convenience. And Cowtown Christmas on December the 10th brings the Heritage District alive with holiday activities including horse-drawn wagon rides and a visit from Santa. Maple Creek, the perfect shopping and dining excursion. Visit oldcowtown.ca for more details. The Swift Current United Way will kick off 2016 with a special fundraising breakfast. We find out more in this report. January 8th will be a big day for the Swift Current United Way as it launches its 2016 fundraising campaign. The breakfast event at the Sky Center is already sold out, as attendees will get a chance to hear guest speaker Sheldon Kennedy.
Last year, after our kickoff breakfast, kind of throughout the year, we're looking at a speaker like Sheldon. Obviously, I mean, having seen, it's one thing to have an idea, it's another thing to actually see if they can come and speak. So timing kind of worked out better where when we asked him to come and speak at the breakfast with the hometown hockey tour, just the timing lined up. He was doing the award with the Broncos and all that stuff. So that worked out in our favor, and as well just with right now with the ICE unit, with us bringing them in for the awareness piece. A lot of the work that Sheldon does aligns with some of the awareness pieces that we've been trying to do within our community.
And with the pre-sellout of the breakfast, Schwartz says this is already a positive start to their campaign for 2016 to raise funds supporting 12 local member agencies.
So all money that United Way raises stays within Swift Current and Southwest area. Our boundary goes as far as Maple Creek. So lots of we help fund programs from 12 different nonprofits locally. And some of their programs reach as far as Maple Creek area and some of the rural communities. So it's it's all local, and definitely for people, I think there's a stigma of United Way as this national organization that the funds go to the United Way Canada in Ottawa, which every chapter raises money specific to their city and their community.
Early in the new year, campaign information will be mailed out to Swift Current residents asking for your support throughout the coming year. The Swift Current United Way is one of over 100 branches across Canada, with the national organization's roots dating back to 1917.
On behalf of everyone here at Cypress Health, I would like to extend our best wishes to you and your family during this festive season. This is a time for family and friends to get together and enjoy the spirit of the season. The holidays are a time to reflect upon where we've been and those things for which we're grateful. Our wish for you is that 2016 will bring you great health, happiness, and prosperity. We are looking forward to many positives throughout the coming year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Cypress Health region.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.